that's
really weird just hearing me say howdy, howdy, howdy from my wife's phone where she's watching the stream.
Investigators, are you ready? Eric's like, no, I'm not, bitch. I'm literally still adjusting the camera.
Yeah, and we're all good, but I'm really grinning because I just dropped my super big 100-sided dice on the floor.
Oh. Speaking of which, investigators, make sure you have your dice ready, virtual or not, and welcome to Call of Cthulhu Live, Episode 2, A Restful Retreat. I am your keeper of lore for this evening. My name is Riley Smith. Thank you for tuning in. We are very excited to entertain you and have a horrific adventure. I am joined by 4 bold investigators. Thank you to everybody so much for being here. We're going to get into who you are and what the heck you're doing here and where here is in a second. But first, just in case this is your first time joining us, Call of Cthulhu is a horror mystery tabletop role-playing game. This means that I will present the investigators with situations. They may be normal, terrifying, or everything in between. The investigators will tell me what they would like to do. They may have to roll dice to see if they succeed or fail, but either way, I will tell them the consequences of their actions. What happens in the world as a result of the choices that they make. Wash, rinse, repeat until the mystery is solved or everyone is dead. I'll explain the details of the mechanics as we go, but just keep in mind, players, if you get too hurt, you will die. If you see too many horrible things, you will go insane. And if you break laws and get caught, you will go to prison, or at the very least, you'll go to jail and then have a trial. I can't speak for how that will play out, but we'll probably roleplay it. Investigators, are you ready to begin?
Aye.
Hell yeah!
Let's do it!
Let's do it! The date is Saturday, June 9th, 1923. It has been almost a full week since the events at Mr. Corbett's, when an awkward but potentially pleasant, you never know, it could have turned around, dinner party was interrupted by the drug-laced gifts of a deranged neighbor. After an explosion destroyed the horror hiding in the basement, Mr. Corbett was squirreled away to some unknown place to potentially recover. And surprisingly, your hostess, Mrs. Dorothea Castlemeyer, has kept her mouth shut about what really transpired that evening, as best as she can tell. At least she's kept her mouth shut so far. In the final moments before the kaboom, Clint Featherforth carried out Ambrose Weston Velm III, carried him out of the range of the blast and into the conveniently waiting arms of the ambulance that had come to pick up a now dead butler, so he doesn't need it. Our returning investigators, could you please give us a quick reintroduction? So for those who are playing the same character that they played on the last session, and tell us what you've been up to in the week or so since that fateful night. Let's start with Ambrose. What have you been doing for the last week or so?
I've been recovering in the private wing of the infirmary. I have a special wing that is basically my own. It's named after my father in the hospital, and that is where I've been attended to for a couple of days longer than is necessary to. I also have been wheelchair bound by choice, but I insist that I must use the wheelchair. And I've been taking the time to recover and reflect, and but it's been a time of growth, I think, for Ambrose, and he is excited to find what was behind these monsters that he believes he remembers, but he was so drugged out that night that it's hard to know what was real and what was not real. So he also is not quite sure what he saw that night and how much of it was a drug-induced mania and how much of it was actually happening. So he's going to see what happens next. But he's doing fine. He's got plenty of money still, so he's good.
Okay. And isn't that what truly matters? Ambrose, go ahead and you're gonna take 2d3 HP, and then I'll ask you to let me know what your HP is. Also, yeah.
Hold on, you said 2D what?
Oh, okay. It's the rules say to take 1d3, but that's like not a dice. So what I'm gonna do is use my knowledge of multiplication and just let you take a d6.
Okay, cool. Do a d6. So I got a 5. So
perfect. So you're gonna regain 5 HP.
Wonderful.
Yes.
I have the best doctors. That's why.
Yeah, they're really good. You have a whole wing.
I have the whole wing.
You have the whole wing to yourself.
So. There's a bar in my hospital room.
That might not help, but
I insisted.
But it feels nice.
I'll roll credit rating for it.
So once you have that additional HP, you're also, from your time resting and reflecting and refusing to stand, you're also going to get a D3 sanity regain. So that's actually, it's going to be your D6 divided by 2. You can go ahead and round up.
All right, so that is a 2.
Beautiful. So you get 2 sanity increase for your restful week. Clint, nice. What have you been doing with your week?
I had to go to work in the morning, so my week has been pretty much the same. Although, our elderly patron, I definitely originally thought of her as just an old lady who would maybe pay me a lot for handyman work.
She is 35.
What?
Dorothea Castlemeyer is 35. And I told you that.
That is really shocking to me right now. Well, the gray-haired perceived to be elderly woman, is much more interested in her magical arts and her wealthy friends now, and think this is a lot more interesting than I originally thought.
Oh, okay. You're intrigued. But you've been going to work, so you haven't really had time to heal up. The woe of the middle class. So, can you both tell me, just let me know, like, what's your HP right now?
9.
5. Okay, we're at 9 and 5.
Well, 4, I was at 0.
Okay, yeah.
Do you want me to do 5?
Is that what you rolled?
Because I did roll a 5, yes.
Yeah, so you get 5.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I should be penalized for basically being dead.
No, you have the best doctors.
I have the best doctors.
Also, I don't want you to die in the first 40 minutes of this, so go ahead and take that 1 extra HP, and we'll see what happens.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
We are now going to take it to the present, and we will introduce our new characters in just a moment, but first, I want to tell you why the heck you're here, and where here is. You have all been invited to the North Island Sanatorium on a small island off of the coast of Arkham. It's an exclusive asylum catering to the rich, and it's run by a Dr. Aldous Brewer. I would like everyone to roll a knowledge check. So that's a no check, and that is the same as your education level. Let me know if you pass.
What is a critical failure again?
A critical failure is when you get 100, so the 0, and a critical success is an 01. Did you failed?
My very first roll is a critical failure.
These dice are loaded. There's literally a 1% chance every time of that happening, and it happens to you like 3 times a session, and I am obsessed. Okay, well, we're gonna start with that. Ambrose, you've actually confused this man who you've met and you know personally for someone else. You actually think that you are going to visit a man who is focused on dental disease. You think that he's studying how to make cavities less likely, and that he has some very controversial opinions about sugar intake. That we should cut down sugary foods for teeth health. You are positive that this is the person you are going to talk to. Clint, did you pass?
I did. 29 versus 80.
Okay, so even though you've never met Dr. Aldous Brewer, like, you have heard of him. Like, this is a medical doctor who is, he has a reputation for being brilliant and a reputation for unorthodox theories about human psychology. So you are aware that this is an extremely intelligent man who does a lot with psychology. You're not sure why your friend Ambrose keeps talking about like dentistry. But maybe that's like part of it. Like if your teeth hurt, then you have a harder time healing mentally. I don't know. It's really confusing to you given that you know who Dr. Brewer is and he is a psychologist.
That's good. I'm open to Ambrose's ideas.
Good. I mean, he's met the guy. Roby's character. We'll introduce you in a sec, but did you pass or not?
I did pass.
Okay, yes. So you know the same thing. You are aware of this person as a brilliant doctor who is studying the human mind. And then Dylan's character, if you passed, did you pass?
Passing is rolling under.
Yes, you want to roll at or under the number. You did not pass, so actually, that is fun to me. You have met this man personally, but you do not know his reputation or anything about his actual work. You just know that you share an interest in some occult topics. Ooh, Genna says, ooh. Don't know what that's for, but he says, ooh. I hope it's a good ooh. Fantastic. So that is what y'all know about Dr. Aldous Brewer, whose little island you are going to go see. I'm going to go ahead before I get into why you guys are here. Oh, sorry, unrelated. It's because they're giving away Lego Star Wars. Genna's talking about Lego Star Wars in the chat. And I'm trying to run a horror game here.
I did buy a bit of Lego Star Wars. I mean, May the 4th be with you.
Yeah. And also with you. It's an important holiday. Fantastic. So I'm going to have our new players or new characters go ahead and describe themselves, introduce themselves a little bit, just what people would be able to notice if they were sitting on a small boat with you. Let's start with Dylan's character. Who do we have here?
My name is Frank Stone. Some call me the Twinkler. You may know that name, you may not. I'm a 5'8" stocky build, thick hair all over the body, like a mound of chest hair, burly man, with some gray coming into their sandy colored hair. They're a little weathered, a little bit older. You would probably guess around 40 to 50. And they have a tattoo on their arm that you would probably see like the last letter poking out, but they're wearing like a nice shirt.
Fantastic. All right. Can the three of you roll just a quick know check to see if you know the Twinkler? Have you heard of the Twinkler?
I do know the Twinkler.
Oh, you know the Twinkler? Nope. No. Amby's like, complete stranger. All right. And Roby's character does not. So, the Twinkler you know of as a famous lounge singer. Has the Twinkler recorded anything that could be bought yet? Or just live performance?
Let me roll. Let me roll. Let me see.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yes, so
one
you
album.
Yeah.
Just one.
I'm gonna say, Clint, you own the Twinkler's album. And it's got
Excellent.
the Twinkler on the cover. Like a drawing of exactly of him looking like that. And you have listened to this album. You are aware of this person as a performer and a singer. The other two of you never heard of him. Roby, can you please introduce your character and tell us what someone would see if they were sitting on a boat with you?
Absolutely. So I actually love the parallels already. I'm also a bit shorter in stature, very hairy, also have a little bit of a fame component, so this is great, like little synergy. Already I hate corporate jargon. And I have this air of regality and composure about me, but overflowing sense of joy. My name is Roo, And I will translate, that means Dickie, and I am the great-great-grandfather of Lassie. I am a film star, I am a stunt dog in the silent films, and I will be guiding you through your adventure today.
Dickie, America's favorite dog! Sorry, Lyle. Lyle doesn't care. He's like, I don't have to work. Fantastic. So we are joined by a singer and an Ink Fortune heir, train mechanic, and a dog. And that is the crew that is gonna solve this mystery. Sorry, excuse me. The most famous dog in America.
Should we roll no for the dog too?
You absolutely can roll no for the dog.
I hope that I know the dog, but I don't know the twinkler.
No one else. I hope you know no one else ever in this whole time.
The dog.
Except the dog. The dog is the only one.
I know. We're lucky to have 2 celebrities.
Yeah.
The dog is the only one I know.
Did you pass it? That's awesome. You've definitely seen the dog's movies.
Which one was no edu?
Yeah, so that's gonna be the same as education.
I do
not know the dog.
You don't know the dog, but
I do.
Frank knows the dog. Okay, Clint, you don't have time for such frivolous films. You're not so sure about that.
I'm a cat man.
Yeah, you're a cat man. Yeah, you'd rather see a movie with a cat, but unfortunately they're harder to train. And yeah, the other two, you are very aware of this beloved dog. So let's just say real quick, how you guys ended up being invited to this sanitarium. Frank, you received a letter, from Dr. Brewer himself, who you had met previously, at a party. Actually back in New York where you're living right now. Dear Frank, so glad to hear you could accept my invitation to visit. I am looking forward to showing you the latest developments in my research. I'm also anxious to bring you up to date on my experiments. There's been several more exciting developments since the publication of my article that we discussed briefly before. You remember him talking about uncovering some occult information and claims from some patients of his. There will be a few surprises too. You will count on that, he says. My isolation is quite tolerable. The staff and I think of ourselves as a family. Old Ebenezer, you'll meet him on the ride over, is always ready to ferry one of us over to the mainland if we should feel the need to touch base with civilization. This summer we've been blessed with a regular dinner companion in the form of Mr. Shelley, a graduate student from Princeton. He is camped on the north beach of the island, conducting some sort of bird study. I'm sure you'll find him witty and pleasant. Looking forward to seeing you, Dr. Aldous Brewer. So you don't know the extent of Dr. Brewer's career, but you met him at a party, you talked about some creepy magic shit, and you hit it off, and he invited you on over to come and see what he's doing in that vein. Ambrose, you are invited because Dr. Brewer was actually pretty close friends, as far as he says, with your father, Ambrose Vellum too, when he was alive. And when Dr. Brewer heard that you were in the hospital convalescing, he immediately reached out to invite you to have some even more restful rest on his pleasant sanatorium island. Clint,
But I've gotten that letter confused with a different letter that was about the sugar lobby, apparently.
Yes.
And so I am on my way
Yeah.
to do sugar things instead.
Yeah.
Cavities and sugar things.
You think that he wants to discuss with you about, like, political banning of sugar amounts.
I know what the Vellum Industries is getting into next, so
Yeah, absolutely.
I got this.
Clint, you've been invited as a friend of Ambrose. I mean, he's got to travel with an entourage. Soda ban, yeah. Again, it says it's a soda ban. Because of the sugar, not the cocaine. Clint, Ambrose has invited you along, and you decided,
like
gosh darn it.
entourage, like rappers.
What?
I'm like an entourage, like rappers.
Yes,
For
exactly.
rappers.
Yeah. You're his entourage, and you saved his life, so he decided to repay you with an all expenses paid trip to an island in the middle of the ocean with no well, you'll see. And Roby, Dickie the dog has been invited actually as a photo op. Dr. Brewer wrote to your trainer requesting that you would be paid, of course, handsomely, but just for coming to the island, taking some pictures with the patients, and helping Dr. Brewer advertise some of his experimental ideas about having nice facilities and treating patients kindly. Your trainer is under the weather and decided you could handle this on your own.
Oh yeah. No.
So he just
I am a remarkably intelligent dog that just somehow seems to know what's going on in a way that defies all logic and convention. But I am here. I am on a mission.
You're ready to work.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Genna is gonna be so jealous because he thinks our dog is dumb. So he's gonna be real sad. Fantastic. So right now, you are all on a small motorboat headed for this island. It's the kind of boat where, like, it's just like a little wooden dinghy and somebody, like, slapped a motor on the back of it. Like, that'll work. You've been, like, going out on the ocean for a while now. It's been, like, a half an hour, and you still don't see anything. You can kind of dimly see, like, the shore that you left behind, but you don't see where you're going yet at all. It's being piloted, and you are being greeted and guided. It's a dingy dinghy, says Genna. It is indeed. It's a dingy dinghy. It is being piloted by an elderly man in clean but worn overalls. When you boarded the boat, he introduced himself as Ebenezer Waite, handyman for the sanatorium. He is quite old, at least twice as old as most of you. Maybe not quite twice as old as Frank. Well, actually, yeah, it could be twice as old as Frank, depending on which, if you're closer to 40 or closer to 50. He's got a hunched back, that thing has happened to him. But he moves briskly, and he usually wears a slight smile, although right now he's very focused on checking his compass and moderating the path of the boat. The boat makes its choppy, bumpy way through the waves, which look less blue and more gray underneath a dense covering of clouds in the sky. What are you doing in the boat? Let's start with Clint.
I mean, I'm gonna have a snack, and then I talk to the two people I don't know.
Okay, there you go.
Also, who's driving? So, okay, the old guy driving the boat. So, yeah, what brings you two here? It's weird, too. I'm excited to have a vacation at a sanatorium. It's apparently something rich people do.
So you're addressing this to Frank and the dog.
Yes.
Go. All right, y'all, what would you like to say?
Well, I know Aldous Brewer. We share some interests. I wouldn't say this is what a rich person thing does. Or what rich people do. My vernacular is not great sometimes. Gonna go meet my friend. What are you doing here?
I mean, I'm with this guy, the eccentric.
Hello, Frank Stone.
You do? I'm sure you know me, of course.
No.
Oh, I'm my face? The face?
Your face. Mm-mm.
My face?
No.
You don't recognize it? You haven't seen it before? Oh, well, so I'm just Ambrose Weston Vellum the Third.
Vellum
Yes.
Industries.
Exactly. Yes, indeed. Yes, I own all of it.
I have stocks.
And are they doing phenomenally in 1923? The only one doing well in 1923. Just always up and up. But yes, I'm here for we're getting trying to expand Vellum Industries into sugar alternatives such as isomalt. So very excited about the opportunities that will unveil for us here. So I'm here for that, to get the endorsement of the doctor. You know, cavities and all. Sugar's bad for teeth.
Sure. And look, we have a star among us.
I know. I can't believe I thought I'd seen this dog before, and I was like, oh, this is Dickie the dog, isn't it?
Dickie the dog, Ruru, right?
Roo, that's a famous film, Dickie the dog, Roo.
You sense an air of warmth and happiness.
I think we need to collaborate one day, Dickie. My songs, your theater.
Woo! You get an affirmative yes, but also one that is backed by business. You're gonna have to negotiate that contract, but I'm not turning it down.
Keeping it
Smart,
business-
I understand.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's why he must be famous. He communicates so much with just tone.
Oh, the greatest actors do.
Ebenezer says, "Oh, Dickie the dog, I've seen your movies. Oh, I remember my last sea voyage. I went and saw your first film. What was that called? North Dakota. Oh, that was a classic. I laughed and then I cried because I knew I would miss the sea." All right, and then everyone just stares awkwardly at Ebenezer for a good 5 minutes. Is that...
Well, we didn't know if he was finished.
Oh, okay,
was
thank you.
like-
That's very polite.
I think Dickie just like tilts his head, just like waiting.
Ebenezer takes that as an invitation to continue. Yes, my last sea voyage. We were out on the Pacific. We had some sort of merchant nonsense to be doing, but then we heard the rumors of the mermaid.
Mermaids.
Yes, mermaids. One, though, at this point. They don't
Here in the
travel
Pacific?
in the Pacific. Near... Jesus Christ, after all the fucking research I did for this session, I have to look up what's in the Pacific Ocean to make sure I don't sound like a fucking idiot right now. Nice. Okay. We were off the coast of Hawaii. 1923 Hawaii. Let's see. I don't know.
think
This
it's a
isn't
fun
telling me if
history.
it was in the U.S. yet. It was, I think. Okay,
No.
yes. Huh?
No.
Frank.
No?
No.
Well, anyway, I didn't care. We didn't stop at Hawaii. We kept on going to a smaller island. No one else knows it besides me and my crew and some other ne'er-do-wells. Because you only know of it if you know the tale of the mermaid. Now, this tale may take a while, but trust me, it's worth it. There's at least 2 instances of breasts. So Ebenezer regales you with this tale, and in the interest of the time of the adventure, if no one stops him, he continues for an hour. So yeah, everyone is just listening to his tale. Then at the end he says, "But when we pulled her on board, and my captain laid atop her, drowning, but happy, we realized it was not but a manatee. And, well, long story short, Ebenezer's captain boned a sea creature thinking it was a woman, as you did at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this was 40 years ago. You could do that kind of thing then. There were no laws like there are now. Actually, the law against this specific bestiality is named after my captain. An interesting thing about that law, it came up again. And so he tells another story. And now you're getting close to like the 2-hour mark. Perhaps you've been listening, perhaps not. But he has managed to also tell the tale of a trip to South Africa, searching for a temple to an ancient god, which seemed like it was going somewhere, but then it turned out that what was a temple was just like a hut, and it was a hut of like just a man named Steven, who was like selling trinkets. We all had a hearty laugh about that one, 'cause 3 men died on that trip.
Oh.
But you have to laugh or you'll cry. You now
And
see
we all
in the...
know men don't laugh or cry. So
Dead men?
you have to pick.
Oh,
You
yes.
gotta laugh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Wrong. Men laugh and cry and show emotion. Also,
Interesting.
Ebenezer. Great ideas for songs. I'm gonna. Great. Yes, I'm gonna turn these into songs. Ballads.
Please, that would be amazing. To hear some of my old salty tales over the radios. Although I don't have any radio on the island. But I get to come back to the mainland once in a while for a doctor's visit for these old salty bones and a chance to drink a soda and listen to the radio.
I would not know about the follies of man, for I am a dog.
Ha! Dickie! Look at your cute little smile. And your perky ears. You know, those ears remind me. But you guys look up into the distance, and you can now see the island. And Ebenezer stops himself. He's like, oh, there she is, coming out of the fog. North Island. North of what? I'm not sure. I suppose everything's north of something.
That's one way to think of it.
We'll be landing in a moment. And then you will be greeted, of course, by Dr. Brewer. He said he would meet all of you at the front door. Do you have anything you'd like to ask before we land? I'll take your bags and bring them up for you.
Oh, thank you.
Of
what type of food we got here?
Oh, it's great cooking. It's all handmade by the maid, and sometimes some of the inmates help. Handmade by the maid. There's a joke in there.
Inmates? You mean patients?
Patients. Oh, sorry. 40 years ago, you could say things like that. But no, you're right. They're called patients now. And some of them are not legally allowed to leave. But there are, the doctor does say we should refer to them as patients, yes.
Ambrose is just very confused why there are patients at this dentistry
Well,
location, but he doesn't want to.
Patients at a dentistry?
Did you
That's not
know, Ambro, that a lot of early dentistry was figured out on insane people, largely because they couldn't say no?
Oh, thank you,
but
then I will stay confused.
Real life era connection.
Wonderful, then I know exactly why I'm here. That's
Well,
to continue on my
that is what
dentistry mission.
Dr. Brewer is trying to stop, are all of these horrible experiments and things. He's trying to really help people. It's a very nice setup. Actually, the guest rooms where you'll be staying are the same as the patient rooms. They're the same in every way, except you don't have a personal bathroom.
Well, wait, hold on.
Where does the doctor stay?
Well, is the dog also getting its? Does the dog get its own room?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. No one. we didn't expect all of you to... the doctor didn't think about all of you coming at the same time. So Dickie gets a room, and Clint and Ambrose get a room. And then...
I get to stay with the doctor in his house.
Well, the doctor actually lives in the estate as well. He'll be right down the hallway from all of you. So there's...
But he's not in a patient's room. Only we are in the patient's rooms.
Well, you see, the place used to be a beautiful mansion, and it's still a beautiful mansion. But now there are crazy people in it being helped. So all of the rooms that were formerly just rooms, you're not on the same floor as the patients.
Oh, that's reassuring.
Cars.
Yes, there is one staircase and a door. And the patients are locked up every night, so don't worry about that. They don't need to be locked up. I'm starting to feel like you're assuming something about the people I live with.
Their teeth.
Are they dangerous?
Some of them, their teeth is horrid.
They have to be locked up. Fascinating.
Yes.
What kind of work do you do here?
I'm a handyman. I do a little bit. I'm mostly retired. You see, the doctor lets me. I putter. I putter around. Get some things clean. I run the ferry. I'm like the boatman of yore. But don't worry, you won't die on my watch.
Have other people died on your watch?
No.
But you
No.
just said earlier that 3 people died on your trip.
Oh,
to
yes, but
Africa.
I wasn't on
is true.
watch. I was asleep in the hold.
Oh.
Yes.
Is that where they died?
Well, 2
You
of them.
slept through their murders.
No, okay, so if you have to have the story. So you guys are like almost at the shore now. And Ebenezer is like, well, the first man fell overboard because he got too drunk. And honestly, on a long voyage, you account for at least one. You hire an extra man because you know someone's going to fall off while drunk. Now, the second man also died at sea. Both of these times, luckily enough, it was not my turn for watch. Actually, the second man, it was his turn for watch. And he was up in the crow's nest, and a bird started trying to fight him. So he says, 1 second, I have to park the boat. Because you've arrived at the shore now. After 2 hours of fascinating stories from Ebenezer. It's the late afternoon. A little bit of like that golden hour-ish sun is kind of coming through in little slashes through the clouds, but not much. It's only like a few hours before sun sets completely. Ebenezer maneuvers the boat up to the dock smoothly. It's flawless. He comes right in. You were worried when he said park the boat, because surely that's not what it's called. But then he just like comes right up to the dock and it's perfect. And he springs out of the boat like a jolly newspaper boy, like jumping out, extra, extra. And he lands on the dock and ties it up and steadies it for you to disembark. So he offers a hand to anybody who needs it as you get out of the boat. Does anybody want to do anything in particular, or you just want to just get off the boat? Cool.
Don't want to do anything super particular other than I would like to have, if there is an opportunity to very briefly speak to this boatman about that soda that he likes to get on the mainland.
Oh, yes.
I would just like to ask him like about his preferences. Like, what would you think about their less sugar but more cocaine? And that would be our conversation.
Well,
basically that.
Yeah. So you're chatting with him as he like helps you out, and he's helping everybody like grab the luggage. He informs you that the sugar is what he likes best about the taste, but he does like the feeling of added cocaine. And so, he says it's kind of a toss-up, but he could deal with that with less sugar, but he wouldn't get the soda if it had less cocaine.
Okay, so would get if less cocaine. Thank you very much.
So he helps you out. Anybody else want to do anything, or we're just getting out of the boat, grabbing our luggage?
Can I
Absolutely.
look around and try to spot hidden anything?
Absolutely.
Path.
Beautiful. So Obviously you smell the sea. It's beautiful. You're into it. It's not often that you get off the mainland and really get to enjoy the delicate sense of the dead and living things on a beach are intoxicating. But you are a true professional. So you also notice that you can smell, even from down here, up on a steep walk up a sandy cliff, your eye is immediately drawn to the house, which you can tell is just chock full of people. Yeah, you can smell there's all sorts of different people in all sorts of different states of agitation because you smell sweat, and you do smell that little coppery tang that tells you something has gone wrong. Human blood. And that is what you are able to smell right now. You don't really see anything around you that's out of the ordinary. It's very foggy, but you can tell there's lots of humans nearby, and some of them are really sweaty, and some of them are bleeding.
I would like to just like I'm on the dock, but I just want to like sit and like alert, just boop.
Yep. Okay. So the dog has sat down and done a very high-pitched yip y'all have not heard before. What would you like to do?
Dickie, what's wrong?
Just like a little dog wince, like.
Oh yeah, like you're doing like a little. Ebenezer says, maybe he has to take a wee. You can wee anywhere. It's the beach.
Yeah, Dickie, you can pee anywhere.
Let's all cheer for Dickie.
Dickie!
Anywhere you want.
Dickie,
you are a dog.
Dickie.
Do you see his frown? I imagine the dog actually like disappointed in the crew.
I think as a dog, I just like stand still and dissociate for.
I think lots of dogs would find that relatable. Okay. So you guys like, I'm gonna have all of you actually roll, for those who are not a dog, I'm gonna have you roll idea. Real quick. So idea is the same as your intelligence.
I got nothing.
Nothing? Yep. You're just happy for
No ideas.
You just think Dickie is cute. And it's cute that he tells you that he has to pee.
I do have an idea.
You do have an idea. You've heard, because you're so familiar with his movies, you do know that Dickie tends to do that bark when he's trying to alert someone to danger. But you've also been on that boat like a really long time. So you're like a little bit like, that's kind of weird, but like the dog is now just sitting there, so maybe it's okay. And what about you, Clint?
I passed.
Oh, you passed. Okay. The dog looks really concerned. And maybe you don't know this dog personally, but you know dogs, like, they tend to be aware when bad shit's about to go down. Like, you know from...
Wow, this dog sure seems concerned. It's weird that they sent him completely alone to an insane asylum island. I wonder if he's having rational emotions.
He thinks the dog's getting committed.
I'll pet I'll go over and pet Dickie on the head, and I'll be like, Dickie, I'll protect you if anything goes wrong.
Aw, happy but still concerned dog noise.
Yes.
Beautiful. All right, so Ebenezer is picking up your various luggages and he's kind of put them to the side on the dock. As you exit the boat, a light fog has rolled in. It obscures anything really in the distance, but up the steep sandy hill, you see a mansion. Its lights warmly aglow. It's a beautiful place, very well in the Georgian revival style. It's very well kept up. You can already tell from here, like, this is a nice place. And looking at it standing like on the precipice of that cliff, it looks like a fortress, but in like a safety way, like it's safe from sea and storm. Ebenezer says, well, I can't take you up. I have to go put the boat away, but leave your bags and I'll bring them up for you. You just walk right up those steps there, and you see some steep stone steps that look newly built. They look kind of fresh compared to the rest of the beach. And he gestures that way, and he starts kind of walking off with the boat.
He's just dragging the boat.
Yeah, he's taking it towards the boathouse, which is a little bit more down the beach.
I'm just shocked by how strong he is.
Well, it's still in the water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's not just like, help!
Yeah, I'm like, wait, what?
No, yeah, the boat is in the water, so he's like got it by the rope. He's untied it very quickly, nimble old fingers, and he is like just taking it. You can see the boathouse from where you are, but he's taking it down there. Does everybody leave their luggage for now?
I'm gonna take my luggage. Say we needn't let this retired man carry all our things up that hill.
That's fair. It's
Agreed.
fair.
And being creeped out enough, that's a polite excuse to keep my things.
Right, yeah. Makes sense. PTSD.
I would like to let it be known that I think Dickie has a small but incredibly luxurious leather-bound trunk of God knows what. No one knows, but it is there. It is a piece of luggage.
Amazing. Does he carry it up the hill? Or does he leave it for the staff?
Oh, it gets left.
Okay, yeah. There's people that do that. Dickie has his own job.
Yes.
Fantastic. All right. Ambrose, do you carry your stuff? Or do you leave it?
Yes. Seeing Clint take it, I'd be like, oh, yeah.
Right.
Grab my stuff. Because
Following
normally
his
I
lead.
wouldn't.
Right, yeah. But you're going to follow his lead for right now. And Frank, do you grab your stuff or leave it?
No, I leave it.
Okay, cool. So Frank and the dog stuff is on the dock. Y'all are going to climb up these stone. They are very, very steep. For my folks who are carrying their own luggage, I'm going to ask for a strength check. And my folks who are just walking, I'm going to ask for a constitution check.
Passed.
Beautiful. You have no problem.
Passed.
Fantastic.
Yep, passed as well.
The three of you are jauntily going up the steps. It's a pleasant hike up the mountain. You have left poor Ambrose in the dust. Ambrose, what does it look like for you to struggle and not manage to get up these steps?
I forgot to mention
Yes.
that I'm still in my wheelchair.
Nope.
And so I'm trying to go up the hill in the wheelchair, but there's no ADA yet.
No.
It doesn't exist.
Evan
Hasn't
did a
been written.
great job strapping that wheelchair into the rowboat.
Excellent
Right?
job.
He really did. He tied it. That sailor's knot wasn't going anywhere.
I didn't realize he was in a wheelchair. I would help him up the stairs.
Okay, can you do it? Ambrose, what is your size? And Frank, what is your size?
50.
Okay.
60.
Okay, great. I'm gonna ask you to do a strength. I'm gonna just ask you to do a strength check. A half strength check. So you're gonna do half your strength. Roll against that to get Ambrose up this hill.
I did not pass. I did.
Okay, so Frank
I
goes
would've
and does
passed
his
regular.
damnedest. But as he's trying to pull, it's like the steps are like just too high. Like you can't just like kind of heave the wheel. Like you have to lift him every step to like get it up. You can't just like roll him up. Ebenezer is in the boathouse, so he's not around to help. What would you like to do? I'm gonna say you got him like halfway up, but then the steps started becoming too tall.
Okay, so it's not like now he's fallen down the steps.
No,
We're just
I thought
halfway up.
about that.
You want to know what I rolled
What did
when
you
I
roll?
failed?
What did you roll?
A 99.
Okay, so this is what I think. I think Ambrose got out of the wheelchair for a second. Tried to lift the wheelchair really quick. It was too heavy for him, and he sat back down and said, "Someone's gonna have to help me."
Then I volunteered and got him halfway there.
Yeah, so you guys are made it halfway up. The dog and Clint are at the top of the hill.
So I'll leave my luggage and go back down. And I mean, maybe we'll just drag Ambrose alone, and we can take the wheelchair separately.
Okay, so you're gonna lift
And maybe he'll be
Ambrose.
embarrassed enough to get up.
You're gonna take a man in a wheel. You're gonna lift him out of his wheelchair and drag him out of his wheelchair, so that he feels bad about it.
I would say that I have I saw how injured you were, and we've been traveling. I have a healthy skepticism about the need for the wheelchair.
Oh my god. Okay, so you
With
want
the
to
bravado
drag
of a
him.
faith healer, I'm dumping him out of that thing.
Okay, so you're going to get him out of the wheelchair and then drag him. You do not want to pick him up. You're just dragging him.
I mean, like, being helpful, not,
Right. You're not being mean.
Yeah.
You're just dragging a injured man up a staircase.
And thinking mean things, potentially.
Okay, roll just a normal strength check for just I imagine you've got him like under the arms kind of, but it's still like his butt is like hitting every step.
I passed, barely.
Okay, so you managed to drag him to the top, and we'll go ahead and say, Frank, you roll just a quick strength for bringing up the wheelchair itself. Full strength this time.
I failed.
You failed! Okay, this wheelchair is heavy. What they make this out of? Fucking gold? Maybe. It's heavy. It's dense. It's like, it is, padded. Luxuriously padded. And it is too heavy for Frank to lift. Frank is like halfway down the mountain, just like straining against his wheelchair and gets it like one more step. And it's just
hey, sorry guy I just met, but, I'm not getting this up here.
It's just, Ambrose was not the weight problem in this scenario. It was simple to drag his skinny ass up.
If we let it tumble back down vaguely where the luggage is, Ebenezer is gonna bring it up.
Okay.
Sure, they'll bring it up, and I'm sure they have more inside. So you just carry me inside.
Okay, great. So.
Okay, so yeah, you know what? In frustration, because I couldn't lift it, I just kick it down the steps.
Okay. So, it gets kicked down the steps. Genna wants to know if you guys are winning Call of Cthulhu right now. I think so.
Yes.
We have conquered the hill.
Yes. So everybody makes it up the hill without the wheelchair. And Ambrose is being supported by his good friend Clint. Up to Ambrose how much he still considers Clint a good friend after getting dragged up a hill.
It's honestly, I wasn't sure if he was even real at the time because I was so high. So I'm just happy that he was real.
Yeah, that's nice.
Mr. Vellum, can you not walk?
You see, a few weeks ago I was in a terrible, terrible drug-related accident. I was high on some crazy, crazy man's drugs, and I stumbled upon a cougar, they tell me, and it ripped my insides apart, and luckily there...
woman.
No, like an animal. An animal.
That's...
Yes, I could. I could have fought off the other one, but the cougar, no way. But that's what they tell me, and I've just never been quite recovered because the trauma was so terrible and the wounds so deep. You've never seen wounds so deep. The greatest wounds. Would you actually like to see as I start to lift up my shirt
immediately
to reveal my gross scars? Because they are gross.
Well, see, you're a hard-boiled guy, but if I'm being honest, I'm gonna upchuck if I look at that.
Okay, so you're like actively like, I am not gonna look at this.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Because I was gonna make you roll sanity because they are.
Shit, I forgot that was a problem.
They are fucked. Like these, it's like, the damage is so
No,
bad that it's pretty obvious that like a human would look at that and be like, the fact that a creature can do that to me on this earth fills me with horror. So like, yeah, that's good. You're like, nope, no, thank you, nope. Okay. So you guys are up at the top of the hill. There's a beautiful mansion with glowing, inviting lights next to you. Ebenezer is still in the boathouse. Your stuff is The wheelchair is on the beach like this. What would you like to do? The house is right there. The front door, right there. I don't want anyone to feel railroaded, but it is there, and that is.
I'm gonna go knock. I mean, you're holding him, and you're a
Right.
dog. No,
So weak, and I'm so weak.
And you're so weak. Go, Scrubby Bud is screaming, "Go in the house!" in chat. So very exciting.
I mean, I do know this guy. So.
Fantastic. Yeah, you're gonna go up and you're gonna knock on the door. You hear from the inside, Justin. Yeah. Oh yeah, using the. Of course, it's got one of those ornate. It looks like it's like a lion, like, but he's like majestic. Like he's got like it's almost like he has a mustache, and he's like, it's a majestic lion. He's not like a scary lion.
Now you've got me thinking of like a derpy lion in contrast.
This is so Aldous.
I want to see that house.
Yeah. The derpy lion. That's when I get a house. I'll put a derpy lion knocker on there. Okay, fantastic. So you're gonna use the knocker?
Yeah.
Fantastic. You hear from inside. Oh, just a minute. Hold your horses. I'm coming. I may need to have to make a different choice on that voice though, y'all. We may need to wreck on that voice because that kind of hurt. It's a little too scratchy. Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe you're just doing your vocal warm-ups. That's why we have to wait a minute. Yes.
Yes. All right. So the door is swung open, and you see what looks like a nice older lady. Maybe on the other side of middle-aged a bit. She's got a friendly, she's got a friendly kind of momish look to her. She's a little plump. She's a little, she's on the shorter side. But her hair is just it's gray and it's a fucking mess. It is like, it's like this has not been combed. It is all over the place. And she opens the door for you.
Ambrose is going, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, jeez.
Have you never seen a woman before?
I'll
Just
take
without-
her hand.
Like that, no.
Oh, jeez. I'll take her hand,
Oh,
and
oh.
I will kiss her, and I'll be like, hello, lady. My name is Frank, friend of Aldous, and we're here to see him because he invited us.
I want you to roll against your attractiveness.
Where's my attractiveness? Where's that at?
Appearance.
It's one of your main characteristics.
Appearance?
Oh, appearance. Sorry, yes.
App. Oh, yeah, I did great.
Oh my god. Blanche, like, giggles a little bit when you kiss her hand, and there's was she wearing blush, or is she blushing? Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's arsenic, because they probably still use that in makeup at the time.
And some lead.
Maybe it's just a bunch of lead. All right.
As long as it's Vellum Industries
As
lead.
long as it's Vellum
You know it's the
Industries.
best, finest lead in the world.
Yes. So good you could eat it. That's their marketing slogan.
I mean, children dig it up, so, like, how dangerous could it be?
The children yearn for lead.
The children yearn for lead.
It tastes so good in their mouths.
Oh my god, that's
That's what you're gonna put instead of sugar.
amazing. Yeah,
That's
so
good.
she is like visibly charmed and just like tells you all, "Oh, come in. Oh, you're here to yes, you're here to see Dr. Brewer. Yes, he's taking a little nappy poo upstairs. I'm in charge right now. My name is Blanche." And I'll have a second to get to know all of you, but I'm trying to prepare dinner, and a lot of the staff is out right now, so it's basically a one-woman show around here. Can I get everyone to roll for listen?
Yes.
The dog is like, yes, I was already listening.
Oh, I had things I wanted to do.
Okay, you passed. Fantastic. You fail.
Failed.
Do any of the... Okay, Ambrose, do you make a listen
There's
check?
no way I passed.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
fuck no.
Okay, so
Jesus
only the dog.
Christ.
Fair enough. You hear rapid human steps. You're like, it's a man of a fairly low weight coming down the hallway. to the left. Straight for coming out of the room to the left of us into this foyer. So you hear that a man is coming and he is running. What would you like to do?
I think I jump off to the side a little bit, and
Okay.
it's not like a full like aggressive bark or anything, but it's just like it's like a skittish bark. It's like a row, row, row.
Okay. So you're like, oh, something's happening. I'm gonna have everybody else roll for idea.
What's that, Dickie? Is there somebody trapped in a well?
Exactly. No, that's the
Yeah.
energy you got to bring this whole time.
Yeah.
What do we? You said we're rolling what? Sorry.
Idea. We're gonna see if you can at all read the dog's warning sign.
This I understand.
Okay. Did everybody pass?
Yes.
Okay, so you all, like, Dickie is so fucking good at this. Dickie, like, jumped to the side, got everybody's attention, shouted, and is, like, visibly pointing with his nose towards the noise. And so all of you are actually very aware and see it as a man comes running towards you out of the dining room. And he is, it's not, he doesn't, you can't even tell if this man was at one point in his life at all attractive, because his face is so deformed by his, like, face of rage. Everything on his face is twisted with anger and hate. And he is running, like, full speed right at, what's everybody's size? Except the dog.
45.
45, what'd you say? Sorry, what did...
50.
50?
60.
60. Okay, he is running full speed at Clint. He's running straight towards Clint. But you all see him when he is, like, when he is running. You see him, like, framed by the doorway with this just, like, fully embodied rage and this kind of, like, shaved on the sides, but, like, a little too long on the top, like, rat's nest of hair. And he is just, and once he sees that he sees you, he just starts screaming, but he doesn't stop running. What would you like to do?
Is there anything I can, like, put between us, like a table or a chair?
Well, let me tell you what the foyer looks like.
Yeet me at it. You just...
That's true. You could use him as a human shield.
Yeah.
So the foyer
That's what Ambrose would do.
is actually, like, it's pretty empty. There's a bunch of decorative things on the walls. So there's, like, medallions and garlands and, like, various plaster friezes and, like, so there's, like, all, like, there's a ton of, like, paintings and hangings all over the walls, and there's a huge chandelier suspended from the second floor ceiling and two sweeping staircases winding sinuously up to the second floor in best Federalist style. But no, none of this helps you. Unless you would like to grab, like, a sculpture from the wall and chuck it at him.
Can I grab garland and try and, like, wrap it around his ankles? I don't know, like, make him trip or something.
Okay, so you would like to grab some garland off the wall and then, like, dive forward towards his ankles and, like, wrap it around him real quick.
Yeah, and then, like, roll
Dropping
away.
me really quickly. Are we dropping me?
And,
I don't mind. Just want to know.
yes.
Okay,
Wonderful.
great. So we've let go of, I'm gonna have Ambrose roll a strength check to see if he can stand. Just a normal strength check.
I don't attempt to stand.
And you just fall to the ground.
Yes.
Then you're going to roll, just do a dex check.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are
We're
you
just
sure?
Yeah, because, like, you're not jumping. You're just, like, slumping to the ground as gracefully as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. I made it.
Okay, so you manage to slump to this, like, tile floor, and you're like, oh, this is expensive. And, you managed to do it without hurting yourself, but you're just, like, laying on the ground now. Clint, you're going to need to do a brawl check. First to, like, jump to his legs with the garland.
Okay.
And we're gonna have it be you're jumping to the legs, putting the garland like out, and then we'll see. I'll probably have him do something, and we'll see what happens.
So I passed 19.
Okay. Holy shit! So you see this man coming at you out of the dining room, and in a second you let go of the damsel in distress you're holding, who like slumps to the floor in like a gorgeous fainting fit, and then you dive forward towards this man and put out the garland, like perfect. So you are like at his feet and the garland is like wrapped around you, have like around his fucking ankles. We're going to see if he can dodge this at all. I get to pull out my dice now. Let's see if this goes better than last time when all of my rolls were absolute shit. Cool.
I mean, your roll for the last guy jumping out the window was shit, but your roll for the guy basically killing himself was fabulous.
Oh, well, that old man like died because I rolled so bad because he like tripped a bunch. Oh, he like, so you're down and you've got him wrapped around, but he manages to like just like wriggle his feet and stop and like whoa. So you have it wrapped around, but he is standing up still. He has not fallen and he's not hurt, huh?
Am I able to react to Clint wrapping around this guy? And I'm like, oh, I see what he's doing, and I dive.
Oh
to
shit!
go tackle him.
Okay, so you also want to get in there. All right, what are you trying to do with your tackle?
So I see that Clint's trying to wrap his feet, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to he's going low, I'm going high.
Okay, so you're gonna just like full on like
Pincer
into
move.
this.
Yeah, just pincer move this guy.
Yeah, perfect. You're also gonna roll brawl under fighting.
I pass.
Beautiful. So you hit him. Boom. All right. So he's knocked completely prone. He is knocked onto the ground. Let's see. Give me a Clint. Give me a dexterity check to see if you like just really wrap up this motherfucker's legs.
I don't.
No. Okay. You were like, this was the extent of your plan. You're like trying to move it, but it's like a fucking like it's not a holiday garland, but it's like some plant matter and it just won't tie. It just won't go around. So you're just kind of like holding this thing kind of on his legs. However, he has been like slammed to the fucking ground by Frank. Frank, please roll damage. It's going to be a 1d3, so like a d6 divided by 2, plus whatever your damage bonus is. If you have that, it should be at the bottom right of your sheet. It might be 0, it might be negative, it might be plus. It
is. Okay, I see. Yeah.
Cool.
So I do 3 damage.
Okay, so let me just record that for whole... Okay.
Just murder this guy.
Fuck this guy. So you bring him down, his head goes BAM! Slams hard against the back, and it slams hard against the floor, and he just starts crying. He is just sobbing. He is, you hit my head, why did you hurt me? And Blanche is like, why did you tackle Leonard?
Leonard was coming to attack us.
What are you doing?
I nailed him real good.
Get off of Leonard. Everybody off of Leonard. And she brought, do you guys get off of Leonard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. She brushes him off. He's crying. She's kind of helping him like get up. And at this moment you look, and around the same area that he like that you just like smashed his head to the ground, he has a huge like indent in his skull. He is like, he's sustained like damage previously to his head.
Oh.
Yeah, previously.
Good.
No, you didn't just make the indent. You just like hit it really hard where he already has brain damage.
Okay.
So, okay.
What's all this hooey here, Blanche? Blanche, right?
Leonard is one of the patients here. He has some problems, and now you've scared him. And he is just like, and my wife, he's starting to complain, like, you're not really, he's complaining about, like, a lot of different things. He's like, and my wife, she doesn't even write me letters anymore, and she took the kids, and it wasn't my fault. I was trying I just wanted to go to church, but she didn't like my church. And he is just like, tears, just like ugly crying. I mean, he was already not attractive.
Over to him and place a check that I've written out and like put it in his pocket and be like, so sorry, good sir, so sorry for your troubles. And then I'm gonna crawl back to the group.
And Blanche is like, thank you, someone being nice to poor Leonard. We all need a little...
No problem at all. And I just would like it to be remembered that I was not part of that. The Ambrose Weston Vellum III was not part of the assaulting party.
Ambrose Weston Vellum III?
Yes.
I love your ink.
Oh, thank you so much. It is premium $3 ink. You wouldn't happen to have a spare wheelchair, would you, around?
Oh, yes, of course, dear. We have some. I will go and get that, but I need to go put Leonard back in his room.
Oh, take your time. I can just sit here on this wonderful tiled floor.
It is a very...
And you said where was Aldous upstairs? Where?
Well, you all give me 1 second, all right? Before you go tackling anybody else, clearly you need a tour and some proper guidance. Maybe you should be the ones locked in here, is all I'm saying. And I'm gonna go put poor Leonard to bed, and then you can all wait in there. And she points off towards the door. It's not the way that Leonard came from. It's on the other side of the foyer. And she says,
before they leave, can I do a spot hidden?
Absolutely.
I want to see if I can tell how bad his teeth are.
Okay. Yes. Please roll spot hidden.
Okay. Be like, something's not right here.
Something's not right here.
No, okay, that's a pass.
Okay,
Wait,
I was
no,
also gonna say,
I think that's a super, like, a 1 is like a yay pass,
yes,
right?
a 1 is a super pass.
I got a 1! I got a super pass!
You actually catch a whiff. You actually catch a whiff of his breath. And, oh man, has this man ever brushed his teeth? It is so bad. It is gnarly. And you can tell, like, it's discolored. There's, like, some teeth are, like, half of a tooth. They're gnarled and, like, a lot of damage. A lot of rot and a lot of damage. His teeth are immensely fucked. No, yeah, you figured that out.
I am very solid.
Yes.
Can I also roll? I want to get their scent profile. So I don't know if we're using like spot hidden as like my scent or.
Yeah, I think so, because we don't have a separate skill for that. So I think I'll just you can just roll spot hidden.
And it's for the both of them.
Yes.
I don't know if Yes, I passed.
Okay, so you also smell this man's mouth. Disgusting. You're a dog. Like there's a small part of you that is still interested in eating vomit. You don't. Because you know, like, someone could take a picture. And that would be bad for the brand. Yeah, you're a professional. But also, vomit calls to you. And you still think that this man's mouth is repulsive. But besides that, what you notice about Blanche smells like she's definitely not taken a bath in at least a day. Mm-hmm. Blanche did not shower today. She probably didn't shower yesterday. She does have some kind of perfume on. Mm-hmm. It seems like she like dabbed her wrists a little bit. And it's not a cheap perfume. It's a nice perfume, but this woman has not bathed. Leonard smells like outside. Like he's been outside for a while. It doesn't smell like it's not like he like he's the woodsman. He doesn't live out there, but you smell that like, oh, he slept outside last night. He is like covered in dirt. So yeah, you definitely notice that that's like a big part of his like scent profile is that he's like been in nature and like sleeping outside. He is also massively sweaty. Like he is perspiring, like frantically perspiring. Does anyone else want to do anything as Blanche is walking out with Leonard? She says, wait over there. Well, she also says, just just please stay out of the living room. It's the door on the other side of the library. We've just had a little accident, a little whoopsie daisy. So just don't go into the living room, but just stay in the library right over there. I'll be right back. And if no one wants to do anything else?
Can I call over to Dickie the dog while I'm on the ground?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dickie, come here. And I'm gonna pull out my little like novelty magnifying glass.
Amazing.
I'm gonna be like, go find out about that accident over there. Take this with you. I'm gonna put the magnifying glass in your mouth. And I'm like, go. I believe in you.
I'm gonna turn to Clint and I'm gonna go, did I just see your employer give that dog a magnifying glass?
He did. I'm impressed by it. That dog's gonna have a lot more social forgiveness for nosiness than we would.
Did you not see Dickie's performance in Dog Detective?
I did not.
A natural. He's a natural. I've read so many books, trust me.
But you know that was a script, right? Like, he's not a real detective.
Well,
I did
you
see
wanted
the
me to go.
performance.
How else would he act this
Dogs
one?
lose.
So you want me to go to the the mysterious door?
Yes.
Okay,
If you so
absolutely.
choose.
Okay,
No,
great.
Oh yeah, I think I absolutely saunter. I think it's like the two were debating about like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like that was just a movie. I think I just saunter away. Like I just
Cool.
immediately understand.
Beautiful. Yeah, you're like, time to go.
Walk up to the store.
All right, so you walk into the library. So you walk into the door first that she pointed you to, and that opens up into a library. You know, there's all these books on the walls. It's mostly like classics of fiction. There's like a small nonfiction section, but it's like really old history and stuff. There's a lady on a couch. She's like, you can tell, like, you're like, I wonder if that's one of the patients, because, like, you know, she's a little bedraggled and she's just kind of calmly reading a book.
I would also like to spot hidden.
Fantastic.
Pass. I put a lot in a spot hidden.
Yeah. Dogs are good at this.
Yes.
The room, you're just kind of well, you see that she's reading Dante's Inferno. You have
Okay.
Yeah. He's like, okay,
Well,
clocking it.
Reading well?
That's a very, yes, she is like, actually, it's an illustrated version. So you see that she's like looking at these pictures of hell.
Okay.
So you clock that, like, this lady is just sitting there, like, head down, looking at these pictures to hell, and she like, you see, she kind of like looks at you and then just like goes back to the book, like, not alarmed that there's a dog.
Right.
You see that, like, what she's wearing is like, it's a dress, but it's very close to like a hospital gown. Like, it's very nondescript, but it is like new looking and clean. She doesn't have shoes. She has like little paper, you know, things that they would give in a hospital. And that is really all you see in the library. Although in the next, like, coming from the next room, which Blanche said was the living room, you smell very strongly blood. Not brand new blood, but like blood that's been there a while. You smell it coming from that room.
Yeah, I think I go and investigate.
Okay,
And
so
leave
you
the
go and
room
you just
for
like
reading.
bonk the door open to the living room. Fantastic. It's also very nice. Like, everything in here is furnished like, mwah, it's beautiful. But you can immediately see that in this living room, there's like the couch and the usual side tables, but things have been like knocked down. There's like, clearly your detective dog brain is like, there's been a struggle. And you can see, extending from behind a couch, two white stockinged legs with the toes facing down. So all you can see are two women's legs that are on the other side so you're like looking at the back of the couch, and you see on the other side of the couch on the ground two women's legs. Before you do anything in here, let's go back to our other bold investigators arguing in the foyer about the difference between fiction and fact and film.
And so I think
yes.
Dickie's best performance was Into the Sunset. They
Oh,
truly
absolutely.
gave a dying performance that was to die for.
I fully believed it.
I know. It's like seeing a spirit, seeing him in the flesh.
It was. Yes, what a beautiful, beautiful, not just a beautiful dog, a beautiful soul.
Where did they
Okay,
go?
so we go back.
Yeah, it hasn't come back yet. It's supposed to tell us what's in that room.
Okay, Clint, would you like to do anything?
No, I've never heard of this dog. I don't know why they think giving it a magnifying glass will help.
All right, so y'all just continue vibing in the foyer, discussing your favorite movies, specifically in Dickie's milieu. We go back to the living room. Dickie, yeah, this is the room. You're smelling blood in here. Definitely some coming from here, and you see those legs behind the couch. What do you do?
Okay, first,
Yes.
I think I'm going to, because like I'm kind of like in alert, right? So I think I
Yeah.
listen. I could get
Okay.
really still
Okay.
and just kind of listen to like suss out if
Great.
if like I'm the only being here.
Great, yeah, roll listen.
Pass.
Okay, great. So you hear, let me look at the layout of the house so I know what this dog would hear.
Oh, she hasn't
So you
seen
hear
it.
them arguing about your best films back in the foyer, which you were very flattered by because you thought that your performance in Into the Sunset was a little overwrought. So you are glad to hear that it landed well with some people in your audience. So actually, but besides that, and like like Darlene breathing in the other room, you don't really hear anything. You get a faint hint that there are people, like footsteps upstairs, but not directly above you. So you kind of hear like in the distance, like some padding around. So
Right.
you're like, okay, there's more humans upstairs, but not immediately above us.
Okay, great. And
Yeah.
then I think, having listened, I think I do another spot hidden, like a smell check, like a cursory, like look around before moving toward the body. So I will.
Okay, go ahead, roll that.
Pass.
Okay. Looking around in this room, you notice shattered glass on the ground. It looks like somebody like clocked somebody else with a lamp. But you don't see anything else in here except you do. Yeah, you can just like you can smell. You're kind of overwhelmed by the smell of blood. But nothing else where you're standing right now.
Okay, then I think I go to investigate the body.
Yes. So you walk around to the other side of the couch, and there is, in fact, a woman face down on the floor. One sniff in the air, and you're like, she's dead. And she's been dead for hours. Like, you're not a doctor, you're a dog. But you're like, this is a dead body who has been dead for a while. And and you can also tell that there is a large puddle of blood in the process of coagulating. A lot of it has already done it around her head. You cannot tell just from this look, though, what killed her.
Would you say like a day or two?
At least several hours.
Several hours.
You don't think she hasn't been? You don't think she's been dead longer than a day?
Okay.
Like
Okay.
you feel like she would have like you would have more of an urge to eat her. I'm sorry. You're not proud of yourself about it. But if she was more dead, she would smell more like something you could eat. So that's like an intrusive thought that pops into your head and you just shove that down. But your guess is that she has not been dead longer than like a day-ish. Like I said, you're not a forensic scientist, but like based on the smell and the state of the blood, your dog senses are like, well, she's been dead for like a while, but not like a day.
Okay. Okay. I think that knowing my detective skills, I think I saunter back to the group
Got it.
and I like turn around a couple times, and then I just assume like the pointing position.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know,
So
like,
Dickie's
in
come
the
back.
direction.
He's done his twirl. He is pointing towards the room. He has confirmed there's something weird in the room. What would y'all like to do?
And we understand the dog.
I think it's pretty clear. Well, I mean,
I'm pointing at something.
he like you sent
a
him
dog.
away with the question, "Go see if something's wrong." And then he came back and he did like 3 little
Boing.
twirls and then went like boing like. So I
would say,
yeah.
righto, good boy. I'm gonna start army crawling in the direction of the dog is pointing. Look back like, well, don't just stand there. Come on, lads. There's a mystery afoot.
Yes.
A mystery?
I pull out another magnifying glass that I have.
I think I'm so caught in the jolliness of this man that I also just start like.
You also get on the ground and crawl?
Yes.
That's adorable.
So funny.
That is very cute. That is a dog
follow,
thing.
And I imagine I surpass Ambrose crawling on the ground.
Okay, so you walk into. So everybody makes their way into the light. Is that what you want to do, Clint?
Kind of like also look for a bathroom, like not for the purpose of needing a bathroom, so that we can lie and say that we were looking for a bathroom.
Okay, so you're like, so we're walking into the library, but you're kind of looking around, and you're like, let's see if there's also a bathroom that we can lie about.
Or I guess we can just lie about it without finding one.
Yeah, you could just lie. Yeah, so actually, like, as you're walking towards the library, you can see off to the left that there is a door that's clearly opened. And there's like the door to the library, and then further to the left, there's clearly a bathroom. It's like if the door is open, it's very obvious. So, just keep that little lie in your back pocket if you want. But y'all walk into the library. You see what the dog saw. That the library is very nice. It's got a lot of books, but it's not. It's a comfortable space, very nicely furnished. And this woman is just sitting there like flipping pages and reading / staring at images of hell. Would you like to do anything in this room?
What you reading there, miss?
Shh. We're in a library.
I didn't say that very loud.
Shh. She goes back to reading.
Anybody else can I can't sometimes read that. What's the title?
Stop talking. I'm trying to read.
I do want to grab a couple books and just like open them randomly and see if all the books are just pictures of hell or hell related.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so you just grab a random book in front of you.
I'm gonna keep following the dog and crawling.
Okay, the dog and Ambrose are just still crawling towards the living room. The Twinkler is attempting to work his just polite magic on this girl. It's not working. And even just a polite conversation is not happening. And let's see. So I want you to roll luck. God, what books came out before?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
So you reach out for a random book. There's a spider on it. Gross. You drop the book. Darlene gets up. Sorry, you don't know her name. This woman gets up. And she just goes. And she sets down the book and she stomps out.
Yeah, Clint, we're in a life. And then I'm gonna
Turn around, you be like, yeah, Clint, a library, man.
Pick up the book that she just put down,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go, Clint, what does this title say?
Okay, Clint.
Not about to read.
Why you gotta judge? What does it say?
Clint, roll English to see what you know about this book. I guess it's like, what's an English translation?
I
Whoever's
did pass
hard.
my English.
Yay! Okay, so you can read the title. It's Dante's Inferno. You are aware that this is a book about a poet being guided through hell by another much older poet, called Virgil. So you know it's about a journey through hell. That was written by an Italian. Do with that information
We
what
read
you
it in
will.
high school, Riley.
Huh? I know. That's so funny. I could have just been like, Eric, you fucking know Dante's Inferno. Go. But I wanted to say things. That's what your character knows about Dante. I know you know Dante's Inferno. I'm saying that's what your character knows, okay? Like, Dylan can actually read. But his character was struggling, okay? Facts versus fiction. All right, what would you like to do with this information about this book?
Yeah, do you tell me the title?
It's Dante's Inferno. A lot of people casually read this in high school. Old Italian Renaissance crap.
Oh, yeah, I never went to school.
I love that, like, he goes, yeah, I never went to school. And then Clint just kind of like nods at him. And then behind you guys, we have Ambrose and the dog just crawling to the living room. So,
We're on a
okay,
mission.
Ambrose, you get into the living room with the dog. And you also see just two stockinged legs. With the toes pointed down, so like the person is face down, like behind this couch that you're crawling towards. It also does not smell great in here. It smells like, to you, it smells like rotting trash. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go over to these legs and with my little magnifying glass and inspect.
Roll spot hidden.
Yeah. Magnifying glass, go. Oh, I just leveled up. Did I? No! Wait, I can push my luck.
Okay.
I needed 41 or less. I got a 43.
Oh shit!
So I'm gonna use 2 luck points.
Let me
to
explain
pass.
this mechanic really quick to our new player. So if you fail a roll, you can spend your luck to lower your roll by the points you need. So for instance, he just said he rolled a 43, but he needed a 40 or something like that. So he could spend, if he needs a 41, so he can actually spend 2 luck. Now, that means that every time he rolls against luck for the rest of this session or adventure, depending on how I feel, now he's rolling against a lower luck. But you can spend your luck to win a roll. You cannot spend it on luck. Because that doesn't make sense.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so that's a cool
Infinite luck.
mechanic. You can spend your luck. Okay, so you have spent it to pass this spot hidden
Natural.
check.
Petrol motion.
Yes.
Yeah. So crawling over there, you pretty quickly note, like, you're able to see, like, out of the corner of your eye, like, while you're trying to closely investigate these legs, you're able to see, like, oh, that's a puddle of blood under her head. Like, you have crawled enough around that you're like, that is a puddle of blood. And you've also noticed that this woman, she's not entirely, like, flat on the ground. It's like something is kind of lifting up her head. Like, as if she was, like, laying face down on a pillow, but you can't quite see what that is. The other thing that you notice is that the stockings that she's wearing are immaculate. They are not torn at all. They are fairly new. They're they got some blood on them now in parts.
The cat's pajamas.
They're the cat's pajamas. Like, they're very nice and very clean, except for some of the blood on them right now. And so that is what you notice about the body.
So I'm gonna say marvelous instincts, my furry friend.
Wait, I'm sorry, and I'm gonna give you one more thing.
Okay.
As you're kind of like, oh, I'm looking at her with my magnifying glass. You notice that the dress and the tights are a little bit tucked into the bum, more than you would expect if someone was wearing underwear. So you're pretty sure she is going pantyless.
Is he a necrophiliac?
Oh God.
He just got really close and just kind of noticed.
It's like, whoa, okay. I'm gonna shield the dog's eyes and protect it and just be like, oh,
Yeah.
Dickie, don't look.
Don't look Dickie at this Harlan.
Very good job. I'm like, chaps! Oh, chaps!
Okay, so
do
he's...
you hear something?
Did you hear something? So y'all hear him yelling for you. What would you like to do?
I think we'll run over. I'll run over to him.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna pocket Dante's Inferno and then.
So it's like
Oh.
Home.
it's
Oh,
pretty
never mind.
big. But like
Then never mind. Then I'm gonna rip out a page.
okay, so like
whatever page it's open to, I'm just gonna rip it out.
okay, very cool. So I'm gonna say you get this like beautiful like full color, like from a wood block engraving of like the devil at the bottom of hell.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, it looks awesome, and it's yours
that
now.
invoked my Catholicism.
Yeah.
I'm like, nope. Oh God.
Oh God, I
Mama
hate that.
Stone told me about the devil.
The accent comes out too. All right, beautiful.
I run after.
Great. So everybody runs in there, and we'll just say, you guys run up to Ambrose, and you see this woman on the ground. You also see Ambrose like on her legs with his magnifying glass, which is like a little weird. But like, he's doing his thing. And yes, there is a woman face down on the ground, dressed like an attendant pretty much at a hospital, and surrounded, starting from her head and around, in a big coagulating puddle, blood.
Oh my God.
We found a mystery.
Are
Yay!
you seeing where the blood is coming from? Like what type of injury she has?
From where you're looking right now with her face down, you cannot tell. But like the puddle is clearly like surrounding her face and head.
Is there anything, I don't know, like a lamp or an umbrella or like fireplace tools, we could use to like flip her over?
Flip her over. Roll for luck.
Hey, we should call the coppers, right?
Good point.
I passed.
Okay, great. You find a cane, like a wooden, just plain like walker, but it's got like a little hook that would be perfect for just kind of hooking a woman by the side and flipping her over.
Awesome.
Frank has just asked, should we call the cops? Would anyone like to say anything?
Yes, this is a dead body.
Phones on this
Well,
island?
actually, oh yeah, are there phones on this island? It's a good point. So it may not be right of us to assume that they haven't already called the police.
Oh, and true. But what are you doing there, Clint, with that cane? You want to investigate a mystery, but you're just a rich guy. I don't know. This seems a little out of our league.
Well, I am
Once you
also a
get your first
detective.
one in.
You're also a detective.
Yes, I don't like to brag.
Oh, like Sherlock Holmes.
Exactly like Sherlock Holmes. Yes, exactly. Yes. You understand it. Yes.
Ha! I've been told about that guy. I've seen the silent movies.
I am very much inspired by the great work of one Sherlock Holmes. So yes, he's a hero of mine, you could say. I've
I
read
really like the
all the
Scarlet
writings.
Pimpernel?
Pimpernel, yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's an excellent one. One of my first that I read, in fact.
Clint, are you gonna flip her, or are you just standing there like listening to them talk? Now let's talk about a different film.
I'm gonna go ahead and flip her.
Okay, go. So,
Oh God, what are you doing?
So you flip her over, and everyone can see that there is a pair of shiny, like glistening scissors, stabbed deep into her left eye. and her face is locked into a look of surprise and terror. I want everyone to roll for sanity, because that's fucked looking.
I didn't want to see that. Why would you do this, Clint?
Pass.
I've come across some nasty stunt.
The dog is
accidents
like,
in Hollywood.
death is part of nature.
Okay, I passed.
So it is.
Eat the celebrity dog.
The celebrity dog is like, death is but a passing into another form of life in the life cycle. Everyone does lose 1 sanity because it's real fucked looking. Like, the blood is coming out and it's deep. Like, somebody got it like up to the hilt of the handle, like in her eye.
I have a flashback about my ex.
Yeah. Oh no. And then if you who failed? Beautiful. So the rest of you, like, you've seen some shit, so you're kind of like, okay, I don't like it, but you only get 1 sanity hit. Meanwhile, Ambrose, our beloved sheltered rich young man, you get 1d3, so it's going to be a d6 divided by 2. That is going to be your sanity hit.
1. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna scream.
Yeah, you're gonna scream. Fantastic. So you also just get hit a 1, but you're gonna just scream real loud.
Well, because I failed. I failed pretty badly.
Oh,
but
okay,
I only
cool.
took 1
Okay.
hit of sanity. So I'm gonna scream.
The scream helped you feel better. It helped you manage it.
Exactly. I'm coping.
Yeah, this is how you cope. So you scream, extremely fucking loud, I assume.
Yeah, but like short, like.
Okay, so fantastic. Give me just 1 second. You don't need to know why I'm rolling.
Oh boy.
Summon the monster.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Dog, can you? Well, anyone who wants to could roll a listen check right now.
I'm rolling a listen.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
I'll roll.
So you might as well.
I was already thinking about it. Yep, I passed.
Beautiful.
I did roll a 1.
Oh shit! So you hear just as well as the dog does for this next part. How did the other?
I did.
You didn't? Okay, y'all don't hear anything. You're
just hearing this guy scream.
Yeah, Frank, you just hear that guy scream. But Clint, you're just like kind of tuning Ambrose out. You're like
It's just Ambrose.
It's just Ambrose and dog. Of course, you're a dog. So you hear from another side of this floor, both of you hear a woman go, "What? Who's yelling?" And then you hear stomp, 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 stomp as she is coming running towards you. What would you like to do now?
Well, I think we both like listen and then we like look at each other and then like turn back. Like it's like a little comedic, but I think we both understand each other in that moment.
Dog is like, "You heard that?" Clint's like, "I heard that. I'm talking to a dog."
Abandoned us some time ago is back. We were looking for the bathroom.
Okay, so he tells you Blanche. So he just said like Blanche is coming back. What do you want to do? You have a very brief amount of time here.
Run back into the foyer.
I'm gonna pick up Ambrose and chuck him over my shoulder.
Okay, I want you to roll.
Fireman.
Yeah.
Carry him.
I'll just roll a normal strength check. Clint, I'm assuming you just run back to the foyer like you said you wanted to.
Yes.
Great.
Is there like a help mechanic? Can I like be helpful in any way that I can to allow him to pick me up?
I mean, you can just not fight him, but it's not like you can be lighter. You.
Yes, you're not wrong. I'm
lightness.
just kidding. I'm gonna roll for light. Just getting a deep breath.
Yeah, just take a deep breath. Really? Did you
Be
pass?
a little bit more buoyant.
You could let's say that you kind of like lean on him and hobble. If you want to be like helpful. Like you're not straight up walking, but he doesn't have to like he's like, "Okay, I got you." And you're like, "No, I can hop." And you kind of
that like feels so much better all of a sudden.
I just grab him though. I still just fireman carry him.
Oh, okay, so you still just want to haul him up.
Yeah, I rolled a 34 out of 60, so I
Great.
passed.
Ambrose,
And then,
you didn't even have to worry.
On my way out, I used my foot to try to turn over the girl's body to act like we never came in here.
Please roll a dex check.
Oh no,
Oh no.
I did not pass.
Yeah, you've just gotten a bunch of blood on your foot. Like, it's goopy, and it is all over your shoe.
Ooh.
It is a goopy mess of blood. And you are now tracking that through. Like, as you walk carrying him, you're tracking that through the library. And just everywhere.
Say, Dicky, move this up.
Dicky, clean up our
Dicky,
track.
beat up this trail of human blood.
No, you know what? I was literally thinking about that. I was like, how gross would it be?
You can do it. You want to do it?
Do it.
That's the interesting choice, yes.
Okay, I want you.
Yeah, what am I rolling for? What am I
I would make you roll Constitution, but you're a dog, and they like gross stuff.
Yeah.
But but you're also, okay, let's roll Constitution, because even though dogs will eat a thing, they will still often throw it up.
Oh yeah, actually, I did not pass that one. Damn.
Okay. So
That was just
you
bad luck.
are like trying to lick this, and you lick a bunch of it up the first footprint, but then you immediately vomit. And so now there's just like blood and vomit on the floor. Like a lot, and you're like, you've got blood around your mouth.
I'm gonna say to the other humans, like, we're pretty fucked, guys. We might have to pin this on the dog.
Uh-huh.
I think that's our
What on
rational
the dog?
explanation.
The dog ran off and we followed it into the room.
Can I run to the bathroom and drink out of the toilet?
Oh, okay. So the problem is, let me see. I'm gonna see if Blanche is already in the foyer.
Okay.
Let me
Wait,
see.
fucking dog. We're gonna do
You
it.
can't stop us all.
Everybody good? We're fucking dog.
Blanche is slow. Blanche is slow. You can run to the bathroom. So you are running to the bathroom and sticking your face in the toilet to try to get the blood off?
Yes, and
Okay.
also because it was disgusting in my mouth. But yes, I was like, I as a dog and a professional
Right.
star dog, I'm very aware of appearance as well.
Yeah.
So I think
And
I
you have a
can
photo op.
I can lick my lips and know,
Oh god, I
I'm
have
like-
blood on me now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you make it to the bathroom. You're in the bathroom lapping up blood. You guys are Clint has made it to the foyer, and our other two homies are like walking out of the library, one being carried, when Blanche comes stomping back into the foyer. And she goes, I heard someone scream.
Well, the dog ran off. I don't know. I think it was thirsty or something. So, Ambrose ran after him.
Then I fell because I
And
can't
then he
walk and I
fell,
screamed.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I picked
so
him up.
but you brought me a wheelchair, correct?
Yes, there's one in the other room, but I think we ought to, I'll go grab that. And then so she scuttles off into a hallway and comes back with a wheelchair for you. Then now you can. So the only problem is that your guest rooms are upstairs.
Uh-huh.
This is why we need ADA, guys. This is why they protested like 40 years after this.
Here.
But anyways, it's time for dinner anyways. I'm just about done cooking, and I'm trying to get everybody in the house to go take a seat at the dinner table.
We're sharing food with the patients.
What's wrong with sharing food with the patients?
Well, one of them tried to attack us earlier, and another one.
I seem to remember you tackling him to the ground.
In defense.
He was just yelling. Do you tackle everyone who yells?
Crazy fans, yeah.
And Blanche
Yelling
is starting
Yeah,
to look
he
at you
was
guys.
running at us.
How do you know he's running at you?
our perception, our spotting.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I decided to see
Are
what
you
was
spot
happening.
hidden?
Direct eye contact.
You know,
Your Honor, he was foaming out the mouth.
I don't remember Dr. Brewer saying anything about you visitors coming today.
What?
Nobody told me. And now you're here and you're screaming and tackling people? I think you should all go sit down at the dining table while I go see if I can find anyone who knows what the heck you're supposed to be here for.
Well, can't you just go find Dr. Brewer?
He's napping.
Wake him up for dinner?
You just make a practice of being rude?
To my friends, yeah. I'll go wake him up if you're afraid to.
No. Do not go into Dr. Brewer's private rooms. That is entirely off limits. I will go and check on him, and you go all wait in the dining room, and don't go anywhere else. And she's like pointing at the dining room like you're a bunch of misbehaving children and telling you to go sit down. What would you like to do?
I will scoot my chair.
Okay, you're going to the dining room? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well,
actually,
yeah.
the firmness
Hungry.
in her voice reminds me of Mama Stone, and I'm like, oh, okay, man.
Mom yelled at me. I better go. All right. So, is the dog going to the Well, is that dog in the bathroom drinking? Well, that's not acceptable. And she's going to go in and she's going to try to grab you, Dickie, by the collar. What would you like to do?
I would like to... Could I jump away?
Yes. I would say a dodge.
A dodge? Oh,
Sure.
okay.
Yes. So that would be I would say that's a dodge. Because you're trying to like evade her, not really trying to like reach a thing.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I don't.
Okay, damn. The last time somebody grabbed your collar, like you were just some type of lowly cur, you can't even remember. So you have no idea that this is something a human would do to you. And she just grabs your collar hard and like yanks you out of the bathroom and says, "Bad doggy," and spanks you.
Oh, no.
Take off the hand. Bite it right off.
Am I able to like tuck my tail under and then roll on my stomach and make really sad whimpering sounds?
Yes, because she like spanks you and then she lets go. So then you could just like, oh, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, doggy. You're right. It's your big bad men who should be watching you."
That's not our dog.
Whose dog is it?
We literally met this dog today.
It's literally a star of movies. How dare you dog handle them like that?
Well, go sit down, little doggy, and I'll bring you some nice roast beef.
Just, whoa! Just happy
Man,
yell.
some
Okay, good.
roast beef. Clint, we're
Okay.
getting some roast beef.
So have y'all ran into the dining room then? Blanche has stomped off. You hear a lot of like kitchen noises of things cleaning. But she's also like yelling some people's names, and you also hear her like stomp off somewhere in the like kitchen next which is by the dining room. The dining room is just it's very nicely laid out. It's got this nice long formal table. It's got enough chairs to seat 12. A spot that's open for a wheelchair, but like set. So there's like a spot at the table, like they expected someone with a wheelchair would come eat. But you don't see anyone else in here yet. But just a moment later, a man walks in looking just extremely surly. He's handsome. He's like very well kept. Like it's like he's got like a very like he's got aristocratic kind of features, you know, with like the fancy nose. And he's got this mustache that's very well kept. So he's kept himself up very nice. His like you know, tie's a little rumpled, but he walks in and he's just got the deepest fucking frown, and he like doesn't even look at any of you, and he sits down. He's 28 years old. He looks late 20s.
I'm gonna walk up to him and be like, "Are you Mr. Shelley?"
No, I'm not that frickin' bird weirdo. My name is Henry Adam Barber the Third.
Oh God.
The third.
Heir to the Barber Paper Company fortune. And, oh,
You know this.
holy shit. Is that Ambrose Vellum?
So shit.
Whoa, what's all the beef here?
Oh my god, I can't go anywhere without seeing Vellum all over.
This man's company produces what they have the nerve to say is paper. The nerve.
I don't care about the company. You know what I care about? Going to a party with my girl and then her leaving with you. That's what I care about, Vellum.
Sorry that my credit rating is 99 and I cannot fail a roll.
I can't believe. Did my dad send you here just to torment me?
What if he did?
Oh, that's fine. Well, maybe I'll just trigger warning for the audience. This man has suicidal tendencies, and he says to you, "Well, maybe I'll just kill myself then." And I'll leave a little note that says, "I did this because Ambrose Vellum is a piece of dick."
Well, you know, it won't be readable because you'll write it on your shitty paper.
Be more flippant. Do the Borat voice, says Genna. No.
I don't know what's going on between you two, but
At least wait until after the roast beef and decide that.
No, I'm not staying
gonna eat
here
dinner.
and eating with this creep.
Crepe?
Creep. And he
Creeps.
crepe. And he
Crepe?
he takes the napkin that he had just like angrily unfolded and he wads it up and he like throws it down and you hear him like walk out and you hear Blanche be like, "Go sit down," and he's like "Piss off," and like leaves. Whatever the 1923 version is of piss off.
Well,
Go fuck a bee. I don't know.
Ambrose.
Can
You
I?
know how to piss people off.
No, that man is a heaping pile of trash.
I'm glad I didn't support their stocks, I guess.
Oh, no. Garbage stock. Garbage stock.
So what paper company would you recommend?
The one that is in direct competition with this man. It's the only paper I use is Competition Inc.
Amazing. Competition Inc. So in the
But
next
they make paper, they don't make ink. They just make
Yeah,
paper.
I'm like, what a misnomer.
Incorporated. But they
Exactly.
don't.
It's confusing when you just say it. It's better on paper. Their paper.
Gonna write
So-
that in my notebook.
Walking in next comes the woman you saw in the library earlier. She looks like right through you and sits down. And also the man who you tackled, who looks just pissed off. And he does not look right through you. He looks at you. Particularly you, Frank. And he is glaring at you. Like, he pulls out his chair in the loud, like, it's like, as he pulls it out. And then he, like, sits down without taking his eyes off of you and, like, staring at you.
Hey, say Leonard, move your eyes away or you're gonna get another tackle.
And he goes, eh. And he starts, like, crying again, but, like, trying to, like, keep it in. And he, like, looks down at at his plate. And
Please stop yelling at the poor boy.
He's eyeing me.
Well, can't you see you're upsetting him?
He's upsetting me.
He's upsetting me.
It's a good point. Sorry, carry on.
Blanche comes pushing in a different man on a wheelchair than Ambrose. An incredibly old man who's like clearly quite immobile, and he's got like the kind of cloudy eyes, and he's looking around, and she pushes him in, moves a chair out of the way, and like pushes him up to the table. All right, and Blanche says, I think that's everyone that's going to be joining us for this evening. And she's like, I will go and get our dinner. And she walks off into the kitchen. And so you're left alone with, is it Jeffrey? Scrubby Bud wishes it's Jeffrey. It's not Jeffrey. It's a very thin, a different old man. What would you like to do? You know, you've got your dinner guests and you hear Blanche making more kitchen-y noises in the other room. You guys saw the woman in the living room and you're just like, well, I'm hungry.
So has anyone been in the living room recently? Just wondering.
The old man is like, is the living room the one where you sit?
I mean, you can sit in any room.
He says.
In fact, I think you sit in all the rooms.
That's a fucked up joke.
Just saying.
That's a fucked up joke, bro.
I'm just saying it's true. He's sitting in all the rooms. He goes around sitting.
He just kind of looks at you and is like, did I know you in the war?
Which
one?
Which
one?
side of the war were you on?
The good
Which
one.
one?
Ah, you were a Yankee. This man is old enough to be, like, visibly old enough to be a veteran of the Civil War.
Yeah, we fought for the... What side were you on?
I was a Yankee, of course. I'm not a damn traitor.
Oh, okay, good. Jesus.
That was a close one.
I grew up in the South, but even I know...
You grew up where? What did you say?
We're part of the Union still. We're part of the Union still.
Damn right you're part of the Union, because we didn't let you ruin this country. Where are you from, boy?
Nacogdoches. Nacogdoches. It's a big word.
What state is that?
Texas.
You know what I did to boys from Texas?
I hope killed them and not worse.
What would be worse than killing them? Jesus Christ! What the fuck? Who are you people? I don't want to. What? This man just threatened to assault me, and he scoots away, and he's scooting away, and you just see Darlene Darlene is laughing at you, and this old man is crying, but then Blanche comes barreling out of the kitchen, and Blanche has two giant knives, one in each hand, and she says, did you just threaten to assault that old man?
No.
Okay, you better roll persuade.
I'd better get lucky here. Nope.
Wow, she does not believe you. That's it. Nobody threatens to take that man's decency in front of me, Blanche. And
You're in the other room. It wasn't in front of you.
I listen to everything around here. And Blanche is going to run to you. So roll luck for me.
That I pass.
Okay, great. So you are on the other side of the table from Blanche. But she is running at you with these knives like, ah!
Oh, can I get ready to just deck her in the face then as she gets
Yes.
close to me? People be running up on me today.
This episode is just violence against women and the infirm.
I'm
hot-headed and I like to defend myself.
I'm from
Very
Texas and I
1920s
believe in
of you.
self-defense.
She already
Okay.
have two daggers, basically.
Hey, you can explain it to the judge later, okay, bud? But first,
It's 1923. He's gonna believe you.
That's
You
true.
can say anything.
That's true.
Apparently, I gotta explain it to Ambrose and Clint.
Okay.
Dickie understands, right? Dickie.
So
I think
Dickie
I was gonna
understands.
say I think Dickie senses that there's a lot of energy here and just kind of calmly hops down from the table and saunters back into the foyer.
That's so fun. Well, okay, we are in combat.
Oh, we are in combat.
So I need
directly.
everybody's dex.
Just straight decks.
Yeah, just like
Or
what
roll.
is your dex score?
55.
What did you say, Dickie?
75.
Beautiful. Ambrose?
50.
Okay. And Frank?
50.
Alright, because of your luck roll, we're gonna say, Frank, you've at least like ready to punch. For when she gets to you. Dickie, you do have the best dex, so you can just leave to a different room. If that's what you want to do?
Yes, I think, and it's okay if we have to come back to it, but I think I use this as like an opportunity, like not sneaking out because that's stealth, but I think I do. I like leave the action,
Yeah.
and then I think I'm gonna try to see if I can track using her smell where
Yeah.
she went earlier to find the head of the house.
Oh, okay, okay. So you're gonna see like where she's been today. Very nice. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm gonna let you you're gonna leave the room, and then let's go ahead and do a spot hidden roll to see if you know like where to look.
Yes. I also have a track ability. I don't know.
Oh shit! Then it's track. What am I doing?
That's okay.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't pass that. Damn it.
Did you roll against track?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But spot hidden I did pass.
Okay. Well, you can basically tell that she has been all over this fucking house today. But one thing that you do notice is that you also smell like a lot of blood upstairs. It actually like it's not just centered like when you were in the living room, like it was pretty overpowering in there, obviously. But that you also smell that there's a lot of blood upstairs. So we're gonna do that. That's your turn, your movement and your action for right now.
Yes.
But you can also like it's hard to tell where Blanche has been because she's been everywhere. Like everything kind of smells like Blanche. So you smell blood on every floor of this house because there's also a basement and that also smells that smells like rotting flesh actually. You smell like decaying, rotting flesh from downstairs. So next is going to be Darlene, who is also just going to get up and leave. Darlene was like, I'm not fucking here for whatever.
Darlene and I get it. I think we walk out together, honestly.
Yeah.
I think we walk out together.
You and Darlene just like, okay, not my vibe. Darlene is going to wander off in her own direction. So Blanche manages to run around the table. But before she can quite she's bringing down the knife while you're getting ready to punch her in the face. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and roll for that. Do you have just punch or is it your brawl?
I have fighting brawl. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, roll that.
I succeed.
Great. You were gonna clock this old woman right in the face. Roll
yeah.
damage.
1.
All right. So you get her, but it's kind of a glancing blow because you're surprised by like how she decides to move. But you do get her like right on the cheek. But she is still trying to stab you. Let me just record Blanche's new HP. So next we have, so she's still gonna try to stab you with this knife. Oh damn, both knives in your thighs. She just brings them down, like, into your thighs. Ouch. For one. Yeah. And let me just see really quick what damage you get. Can you just tell me, just for my benefit, what is your HP?
11.
Cool. Okay, you're gonna take 3 damage, but you do now have knives embedded in your your thighs, and that hurts like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I would scream.
Yep. So, that's that turn. So she is just like, she's got both knives in there, also screaming. And let's see, Clint, your turn.
So I'd like to find, the best, like, weapon around, like a knife or whatever objects. And I'm gonna go, I'm gonna try and stab her, like, through the armpit. Disable one of her stabbing arms.
Damn.
Thank you, Clint, for helping me.
There we go. All right. So,
We're right in the altercation for once. So I'm leaning into it.
yeah, I'm sure that's what the police will think.
It's gonna help you earlier with the crazy guy.
Yeah. Do you have any knife skill?
No.
So okay, first I want you to roll for luck, actually. Let's see how big of a knife is awaiting for you on this table.
Okay, so I passed the luck roll.
Beautiful. There is a fucking gorgeous, like, long, sharp, like, meat carving knife that's right in front of you, and you just grab it, and now you're gonna try to shove it in that old lady's armpit. Roll against brawl.
The specific notes I have is she's not old, she's middle-aged, short, plump woman.
Oh, sorry.
Just to the effect that...
Fine, her, Dorothea, you're like, oh, she's one step in the grave, but for some reason...
I'm taking better notes.
Okay. Good. All right. Sorry, excuse me. She's like, she's that age where she could be a grandma, but, like, she'd be a young grandma.
So I passed, 23.
Fantastic. You shove that carving knife just deep in that old woman's armpit. And I want you to roll a d6 for damage.
3.
Fantastic. So she, like, lets go of the knives in the legs and just starts, like, screaming. And just like, oh God, why? Why do my children always do this? The next person is Lawrence. Because Lawrence is at the table. Or, sorry, Leonard. I, like, renamed him. Oh, yeah. So, they really left a lot of knives out on this table, because Leonard also picks up a knife, and with, like, a joyous scream of, like, die, bitch, like, goes and just plunges it deep into her back.
Oh, not me?
No, he attacks the woman. Leonard has a...
give the room the big timeout sign and hope that, league sports have developed enough that they understand it.
It's very WWE.
It's not your turn yet, Clint. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, he stabbed that, like, deep. Blanche, like, blood out of the mouth. And she falls forward into your lap, Frank.
Yeah, I'm like, I probably got blood spittle all over my face.
Yeah, and because everyone who has helped kill this old lady, I want you to roll a sanity check right now. Because...
Wait,
Did I help kill her? All I did was glance a punch on her.
Slowed her down enough. What'd you say? What'd you say, Dickie?
If she's falling into his lap, is
Yeah.
her body just pushing the knives in further?
She, like, lands on the knives.
No, I would catch her, right?
Oh, well, do you want to try to catch her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Roll
I guess
dex.
first
It's a pretty
off,
easy
I
thing.
fail my insanity roll, so
Right. Sorry. Yes. Let's
that
handle
affect my dex roll.
Also, I'm gonna make Ambrose roll for sanity as well, because you just watched, like, for no.
I was saying, I was looking at, look at these linen, these
Yes,
tablecloth linen.
You were investigating the thread count of the tablecloth, and then there's just this old woman, like, spouting blood and dying in front of you, because all of these men converged on her with knives.
No. She converged on me, and then they converged on her.
This is why I left the bit.
I did not pass.
Okay, I don't know if you guys can hear, but my dog is having the loudest, most aggressive fart right now.
Nope.
It is still
Well,
going.
Just announced that.
Oh, no, can't hear at all.
It's amazing.
Dickie could never.
Dickie could never! Kenneth's gonna be so jealous. He's gonna be like, why can't we have a nice dog like Dickie? If you pass the sanity check, you don't take any sanity hit. You're dead ass, like she stabbed him first. Like, she's crazy. So that's like where you get it, where you're ending on that. You're fine with this as far as that goes. If you failed the sanity check, you're going to take a D3, so half of a D6 hit, because that was horrible. Leonard fucking like deeply stabbed a knife into her back, and then she spouted blood and died twitching.
I did not intend for her to die.
Well,
You stabbed her with a knife?
Although I can understand a connection between my actions and that outcome.
Hey, you're in the clear. Leonard's the one that actually killed her.
And I
Leonard
think one
is like,
True.
that felt amazing.
No. We don't like that either.
Where's my dex roll? Right.
Oh yeah, to see if you catch her, lol.
Oh. No, I don't. I don't fucking catch her.
She lands on the knives, and it drives them deeper into your legs and like serrates a little bit more, and you take 2 more HP damage. And you're like, ah!
Yeah, I'm screaming.
We are out of combat.
I'm freaking out.
I'm
gonna shove her to the ground.
Okay, so she slumps over. Leonard says, I have to find more women to kill. And he runs away.
Going after him, Ambrose, help me! Dickie!
Be like, it's not Leonard. He's still on the way, Leonard. It was like, wheel my chair after him.
Okay.
Dickie, guard Darlene! Who's the other woman? I don't know her name.
He's gone.
Dickie GTFO'd.
So
Well, I'm just in the other room, right?
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm just yelling.
this went to shit so fast. Like, Dickie is still like in the foyer, like, blood, and now he's like, more blood.
It's an exciting place to leave off.
It is a very good place to cut. Yeah.
Will we stop Leonard from killing all the women?
Yeah.
Well, are 2 of you confined to wheelchairs now?
It's a wheelchair race.
I'm not confined to a wheelchair, but I have 2 fucking knives in my thighs.
You are stuck to the chair currently.
Oh, are they all the way through my
Yeah,
bone?
they are through there. Well, no, thighs
Oh.
are meaty. They're not all the way through, but that would be epic.
So I mean, standing up is still something I don't want to do.
Yeah, you're gonna want to think about this a little bit before you just pop on up. So we're ending with Dickie is in the foyer, having sniffed out that there's blood all over this house, and now more places. Blanche is dead on the floor. Y'all are in the dining room, about to go run after Leonard, who has just said he's going to go kill all of the women. You know that there has been at least one other murder. You don't have any more information. And I am going to leave you with this, that right when you're like, no, get him, you hear a blood curdling. You would think your blood was already curdled this evening, but you hear a blood curdling scream, a man screaming with more pain than you think you've ever heard in your life, coming from somewhere outside. It seems far away, but the level of pain that this man is experiencing, and it's prolonged. So you're like paused for a second while you listen to this lengthy scream, and then suddenly it just cuts short.
Old Ebenezer dropped the wheelchair on him.
And that is where we're going to end it tonight for Call of Cthulhu Live. Thank you so much to my investigators. That is part 1 of a restful retreat. We're going to see what happens next time. We will be back the next Friday to do this scenario with these cool people, and we will see what the fuck has happened and how are they gonna deal with the fact that they just murdered a woman with
And create a murderer too.
and created a murderer.
Yeah, right?
He's-
Now we have 2 problems.
I think he probably murdered his wife in the past. I don't know. He kept saying something about that woman.
So we will have to find out next time. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to put on the little cute outro screen for a hot second. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.